Next story I've got for us, crypto. Crypto has some very odd enthusiasts. It's got some weird endorsements. You know, a lot of times when guys used to go out with the ladies, maybe get a lady of the night, have a little bit of fun, do a bit of the old in and out, you'd pay in cash. That's how it was. Well, that cash hasn't gone away, but crypto is coming into it. Bitcoin has become a lifeline for the workers of the night, like this former nurse who made $1.3 million last year. You know, no hate. I mean, player's going to play. But when a nurse can stop making, say, $60,000 a year and make $1.3 million a year doing the old spicy work, I can't hate on her. I'd do it. I just had to take a couple of photos out there. I'd make more money if I threatened people to send photos. Like, I'm going to send you photos of me without clothes unless you start sending me money. I'd make a lot more money that way than I would the other way around. But because there's being a crackdown now on a lot of the payment methods here in the U.S., like if you spend more than $600, I think it is now, the IRS is going to have to, you're going to have to claim that on IRS forms. Well, these professionals don't want to do that, so now they're going to crypto. Now, when you sell crypto or when you move certain aspects of crypto, you have to pay tax on it. But then you're paying tax on crypto. You're not paying tax on receiving this money for doing the old spicy work. They say regulations and bank policies designed to combat trafficking have made it harder for the spicy workers and entertainers to practice their trade, especially online. Many have increasingly turned to Bitcoin and other cryptos as a way to accept payment for products and services and to protect their funds. CNBC spoke with half a dozen of these ladies who explained the role that this is playing in the industry. Now, I did a story on this girl in the blue. I think that's the nurse. Now, maybe this is also her. It's hard to tell because once you put on the makeup and change the clothes and all the other, they say it's Allie Eve Knox creates the spicy content. But I know I talked about this girl. This girl's the nurse that was. I don't think she made $1.3 million by the time I did the story, but good on her. I don't know if she's married even, but the guys that are paying for this, guys, Google Bob and Vagin .enter www. Just do that. It's free. It's free. And half the time now on these accounts you're hearing where guys like the women's husbands or boyfriends, the ones holding the cameras, the one doing the activity on the camera, they're actually the people that are responding to her text. So you say something spicy, and it's, John on the other end that's got a beard down to his, chest. It's like, yeah, baby. I'm totally into you. Send me $20 and I'll send you a spicy photo. He's the manager of the account, you dimwits. Stop it. She makes spicy videos, sells subscription services on platforms like OnlyFans provides or performs live via cam and works as a findom, which is short for financial dom. And what they basically do is it's like the Pay Piggies video I did. They will treat you like crap and you pay extra money for that. Emotional damage. You all need help that do that. I'm sorry. Like, I get it. You can have your fetishes, but get help. Seek immediate help. The Texas native is also a major advocate of crypto. She describes herself as one of the most outspoken workers, particularly for crypto. Her interest kicked off in 2014, which is when she says several vendors, including PayPal, Square Cash, and Venmo, shut down her accounts because of red flags related to her work. So Knox started accepting crypto instead. Her first exchange of Bitcoin for content was pretty casual. If she got in 2014, you guys have made her a filthy rich woman. If you just kept your coins to yourself, you'd probably be retiring 20 years early. Stop it, you silly men. It started on a Skype call with a client. I had a Coinbase account at the time, and he said, hold your QR code right to this camera here, and he sent it through the camera, and I got it, she explained. Boom. That is one of the beauties of crypto. It is why I'm very supportive of it, because it allows these transactions, circumnavigating the banks and the laws that are harsh on it, including taxes. It took 15 minutes, and there were no chargebacks, no website commission fees, no bank intermediaries to turn down the transaction. All pluses in her industry. But the biggest attraction was having total and irreversible ownership over the money she had earned. She said, I could cash out, I could hold it, I could watch it go up and down. It was mine. Knox is one of the many workers that say crypto, like Bitcoin, gives them a sense of security and independence as banks, credit card companies, and payment processors tighten regulations around spicy work. With crypto, there's no middleman making a judgment call on which transactions are acceptable. And I'm fine for this. This is I should have used this one for the thumbnail. I'm sorry, fellas. I should have used this one for you for the thumbnail. Right-click, save image as. I'll use that. I'll use that for another thumbnail for another day, because that's a good one. I know you boys will like it. But and they have another story about it where they're taking payments for their OF work and all this other stuff. And you know what? Again, no hate on them. Like I'm fine with this. And this is part of what crypto. This is a long article actually. This is on CNBC. Just do a search for Bitcoin and workers, spicy workers. You'll find the story. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. That'd be like probably 20 minutes. It's pretty long. But it's kind of going over the same thing. Is that this work is acceptable now. This work is okay. This work is fine. What are you whining about? This work is fine. This is acceptable. No worries. But the problem with that is that when you're told it's okay to do and it's socially acceptable, but banks still make it hard for them to do it, of course people are going to look for creative ways to get around it. Of course they are. I think banks should accept this money. I have no problems with that. If the work is going to be, lauded as acceptable, banks should make it acceptable. Would I prefer that they made it unacceptable and banks not take it and this kind of work be shunned? No, I don't think so. I am a freedom-loving individual. One person's treasure is another person's trash. So some guy's going to look at this girl and think she's a catch because she's super pretty and got a great body and blah, blah, blah. And another guy's going to be like, wouldn't waste my time. But she should be free to do as she wishes, to whether to become rich or trash her life or whatever. That's her own life to live. I'm fine with that. As long as she doesn't enforce her will on other people. That's where I have problems with this stuff. So, you know what? If they're going to say that this is okay, if society says it's okay, okay. I don't think you're ever going to marry a man of substance or find anybody that's worth two craps. But if you do it, then go ahead. Go ahead. But they should be able to get payment. So maybe if it becomes tougher and tougher to do this kind of work or to get paid for it, at one point in time, the spicy industry wasn't that much. Like the internet may have failed without it. I think it's the most visited content. It makes the most money on the web. It is hugely popular. This kind of stuff is. At one point, I think it was half or more of all DVD or video rentals in the United States. Like, this is big stuff. Well, if they're using crypto, maybe this is the backbone that crypto needs to continue on in the future. Guys, if you want unedited work, join me over on betterbachelor.locals.com. Join me over on rumbles.com. That's where the unedited stuff goes. The rest is going to be here for Mommy YouTube, but it's going to be edited. So just remember that. Guys, the censorship is in full force, whether it's Twitter removing certain presidents or other people, whether it's Facebook that is removing now the trucker convoy and other pages that are trying to set up events, whether it's here on YouTube. YouTube's dying. Like any unique, interesting content that goes against the narrative is being removed. Number one place where all my content is going to go is locals, and everything is getting mirrored over to Rumble. YouTube is going to be the kind of the same old for me. I can't do many new topics. I can't talk about certain things, and YouTube just won't allow it anymore. So YouTube is going to be the least of my content. I'll still put it up here when I can. But going forward, if you want to find all my content and all the stuff that probably really matters in society today, join me over on Rumble. Join me over on betterbachelor.locals.com, where you can support me for 13 cents a day. You can take part in the forums completely 100% free speech forums because I am the moderator over there. I'm the only moderator, and I don't moderate. I pretty much let anybody talk about anything, including things that the community may not like, because sunshine is the best disinfectant.